Hey everyone, I'm Dan and welcome to Disney Decoded. Today we're looking at the Barnstormer. Now, what if one of Disney's slowest roller coasters was secretly engineered to feel fast? The Barnstormer only reaches about 25 miles per hour. That's barely slower than Space Mountain, which tops at around 27 miles per hour. But kids ride this coaster screaming like they're going twice that speed. And that's not an accident. Disney carefully designs the track, scenery, and sightlines to trick your brain into feeling speed that isn't really there. So today we're decoding how a junior coaster designed for young riders is actually one of Fantasyland's most cleverly engineered attractions. Messed up in the beginning. The Barnstormer first opened on October 1st, 1996 as the Barnstormer at Goofy's Wise Acre Farm inside Mickey's Toontown Fair. Back then, the story was that Goofy was running his own chaotic flight school and guests boarded homemade training planes for a slightly out of control test flight. But when Fantasyland expanded in 2012, the entire area was reimagined as Storybook Circus. The ride reopened as the Barnstormer featuring the Great Goofini, casting Goofy as a circus stunt pilot performing a daring aerial act. Of course, since it's Goofy, the stunt show doesn't exactly go according to plan. But here's what makes this ride interesting from an engineering perspective. The Barnstormer isn't just a small roller coaster. It was specifically designed to deliver maximum perceived thrill for riders experiencing their first coaster. Every design decision, the track layout, the scenery placement, and even the ride vehicles exists to make 25 miles per hour feel much faster than it really is. When it comes to roller coasters, actual speed matters far less than perceived speed. Your brain judges speed based on how quickly the environment moves around you. And the Barnstormer uses several clever tricks to amplify that feeling. First, tight turns. Sharp turns create lateral forces that push riders sideways in their seats. Even at moderate speeds, those forces make the ride feel more intense. Second, proximity to scenery. The track runs close to the ground, fencing, and surrounding structures. When objects rush past your peripheral vision, your brain interprets that motion at higher speeds. A car driving 30 miles per hour down a narrow street feels faster than the same car on an empty highway. The Barnstormer uses that exact principle. Third, small ride vehicles. The compact coaster trains place riders close to the track, which amplifies motion and vibration, making every turn feel sharper. The Barnstormer track is about 670 feet long and the entire ride lasts just under 1 minute. The layout is carefully designed to deliver a full thrill arc. The train climbs a lift hill reaching about 30 feet tall, giving riders a clear view across Storybook Circus. That moment at the top builds anticipation before the first drop. The drop is only about 20 feet, but because it comes immediately after the lift hill, it feels bigger than it actually is. After that, the coaster moves through a sequence of quick turns and small dips. This is the ride's most intense moment: tight turns, close scenery, all combining at once. Then, just as the intensity peaks, it sweeps toward the station. The whole experience is engineered so the excitement builds, peaks, and releases in under a minute. Perfect for young riders experiencing their first coaster, and also perfect for you to click that like button. Here's something most guests don't realize. Even though the Barnstormer looks like a tiny kids coaster, it was built by Vekoma, the same company responsible for some of Disney's biggest thrill rides, attractions like Expedition Everest and Tron Lightcycle Run. So even though this coaster is small, the engineering behind it comes from the same people who designed some of the most advanced roller coasters in the world. The Barnstormer also works because it isn't isolated. It's part of a storybook circus, a Fantasyland area themed as a traveling circus setting up in a meadow. Bright tents, carnival props, and playful music surround the ride, creating an atmosphere that feels exciting instead of intimidating. For young riders, this environment does something important psychologically. Instead of feeling like a dangerous thrill ride, the coaster feels like part of a fun circus performance. That framing helps turn a child's first roller coaster experience into something exciting rather than scary. The Barnstormer is easy to overlook. It's short, it's slow by coaster standards, and it's designed for the youngest guests in the park. But the engineering principles behind it, perceived speed, tight turns, environmental proximity, and carefully staged intensity, are the same principles that power much larger thrill rides. Disney didn't simply build a small coaster and hope kids will enjoy it. They engineered a ride that feels thrilling.
Was the
even at
Barnstormer
25
your
miles
first
per
roller
hour.
coaster? And judging by the screaming
Or
kids
did you
flying
take
through
your
Storybook
kids
Circus every
on
day,
theirs?
it works.
Let me know in the comments and be sure you're subscribed with notifications on, and you'll see me in the next video.